Welcome back to another episode of our magical DayZ adventure, folks. And as you can remember last time, I had just caught sight of a wonderful castle-y looking building, and we had decided we were going to go and check it out. So that is exactly what I am planning on doing. Never been to any kind of a castle building before in DayZ, so exciting times. One thing that I am going to be very conscious of though is that often you will find that buildings like castles and fort-like structures are very popular to camp in and hold as long as you can, really to lay traps for your vulnerable survivor prey. So it's highly likely that there may be somebody already residing inside that castle that may not take too kindly to me stopping by, but we'll see how we do. First of all, we need to check out what is going on inside of this nice long barn. Got to check over my shoulder though, never know who might be around. You can see a zombie at the end there and one of his friends hopping around. Let's hope there's something in here. Close the door behind me, make me feel a little bit better. So I'm really finding that it's often, when used sensibly, quite safe to do the sort of jog and not pick up any attention. I think my mistake in the past was often going for the sprint instead of the jog. So I think I'm not getting as much attention as I used to when I was in town, because I'm being a lot more sensible about how I use my jog and sprints and walks, etc. It appears there's quite a lot of zombies outside this end of the barn, so definitely need to try and be careful. So it looks like there's some good piles of loot. It's unlikely that any of the ammo on the floor is ammo that I can make use of, so yeah, ACP rounds and Lee Enfield rounds, none of which are weapons that I have. I'm really looking for M1 911 mags. I think that, they won't be that common, and I'm, very much looking forward to picking up some more magazines for those, because I'm hoping that I can ditch this Makarov for something else. And the M1 911 seems to be ammo that I find I come across more than others. And it seems like maybe it's a good gap between the Makarov and the revolver. But nothing's come up just yet. So for now, I'll keep my Makarov loaded. So, a Lee Enfield. I know they're very loud though, and I can't really... I don't feel like getting rid of my sniper rifle just yet. I haven't really used it yet. I'm not sure that the Lee Enfield is a good compromise. Maybe something like a Winchester. Apologies for all the crap on the left hand side of the screen. That was somebody else upsetting the server. So yeah, just taking a look. They've got some baked beans on there. Some good supplies on this little pile of goodies. But having some issues with the server, it's not really picking up the loot that I'm wanting it to. I'm clicking, but nothing's happening. So I'm going to move on to the next pile of loot and see if I can have any luck here. Okay, looks like we're back in business. So it looks like there's nobody on the horizon. There's a dead zombie though, just there, which is interesting. Normally I don't come across dead zombies in towns, so I'm a little cautious at this point, just checking over my shoulder. Don't know if there are any other survivors around, and definitely going to make use of the prone crawl here. Quite a lot of zombies around, definitely not wanting to attract any attention in this position. I don't have anything like a Winchester to deal with a high volume of zombies. I've only got a Makarov. There might be other survivors in the area, so you know, really want to be as covert as possible whilst checking out what other items are around in this space. But my heart is firmly set on going to check out that castle. But first, you know, business must be done in this town. Make sure that we get everything that we can before we head on up there, because who knows who we may run into. Crossbow. And a hatchet for chopping some wood. Haven't got one of those. Definitely will take that. I can't remember if I've mentioned this in a previous video, but I will again anyway. And that is, if you're low on blood or you want to keep your blood topped up, eating cooked meat from animals is really the best option. You get a lot more blood back when you eat that way. I think you get a few hundred, whereas when you eat a can of baked beans, you maybe get like 80 or just 100. So if you're fortunate enough to find some wood or a hatchet and some matches and a hunting knife, then it shouldn't be too difficult for you to really get your blood topped back up to the maximum if you run into trouble. Whereas those of us who don't have the necessary equipment, it's going to take a lot of eating and effort to actually get that topped up. And you don't want to eat food necessarily for the sake of it, just to get your blood back up, unless you've got a crazily abundant supply, which I don't think many of us can say we have. So it looks like I can go in that building. The gate is closed. I'm not sure if somebody closed it behind them, or it's just knackered, or it was closed already. But it is something that can be opened. So maybe somebody closed it. There was that dead zombie. I want to keep that in mind. So just going to check inside this little hut outside. Seems clear. Time to check the house out. Zombie outside the other end. Gonna be hearing him the whole time. So just looking at my gear at this moment. My backpack is full with Makarov mags and bandages. I've got sort of 3 things to eat, I think I saw. Yeah, 3 things to eat, 3 things to drink. So that's a pretty good balance. But there's some more food, there's some franken beans on the floor, so I'll eat the beans that I've got and pick up the franken beans. You know, I like the variety. I just don't want to have baked beans in my backpack. Some franken beans, you know, mix it up a bit. Found a watch. First time I have ever come across a watch. Pretty cool. Gives me an indication of what the time is. And in this instance, it's about 20 to 5. So I don't need to worry too much about things getting dark right away. Some shotgun shells there, or slugs. Not a weapon I have right now, so again, I'll leave it be. Another Lee Enfield and a flashlight, which is interesting. I've never picked up a flashlight before. Not really interested, honestly. It means I have to drop my pistol, and there's no way I can afford to drop it right now. Little hopper. Which way is he going? Yeah, he's going through the bus stop. I think I'm alright to crawl this way. I have no idea how that car got stuck on that concrete block like that. Roadblock. It's just like mounted halfway over it. Oh well, there are zombies around, so I'm not one to question the facts. So another house, worth checking out. So far I've been able to make it through the town quite peacefully, not really running into any horrible zombie encounters. And it's really, I think, down to the fact that I'm being a lot more sensible about how I move, not being afraid to go prone if need be to try and get through a slightly tight space with zombies around. Nothing of interest there. I've got as much Makarov ammo as I can stomach at this point. Another Lee Enfield. Something tells me like the game wants me to pick up a Lee Enfield, but not really interested right now. Unless there was a Lee Enfield there with like, I don't know, 5 lots of ammo next to it, I'd probably give it a chance. But I'm not prepared to make the switch at this point. You've also got to think, I'm going up to the castle. Sniper rifle is going to be really useful for sort of scouting ahead, looking up along the sides of the castle to see if anyone is looking over, and if I do need to engage somebody at a distance, then hopefully that'll give me a good chance. Only thing is, I have no idea what the zeroing should be set to on that thing. You know, I'm not going to be very good until I fired a couple of rounds to know how it needs to be adjusted, and once I've fired a few rounds, it might be too late. So I'm just sort of trying to figure out with this backpack, see if it's any good. And it's not. It's actually smaller than the Coyote pack, or whatever it's called. The normal pack that you get. It's smaller than that, so wouldn't, you know, not picking it up. I think I actually came across one of these in the first episode, and yeah, at the time I looked at it, I thought, why is this even in the game? And yeah, again, same pack, less space than the one that you start with, which is disappointing. We once came across the Czech backpack in episode 1, and that was great, and since then I've been stuck with the bog standard backpack. I've not come across anything better, which is disappointing, but it is what it is. You know, backpacks do hold value here, literally. Obviously they hold lots of goodies, but they seem to be, maybe I'm just unlucky, but they seem quite uncommon, which is cool. You know, it makes it an event. It makes it significant when you come across one. It matters. If everything was easy to come by, it just would be a bit boring, really. Okay, just taking it slow. Sounds quiet. No gunfire or anything since I've been here, so I think if somebody was in town, they've probably left by now. Just checking the other side. Loads of tin cans. Nothing of use. Now when it comes to cars, I'm never too sure what kind of cars are actually repairable. There are so many cars that are scattered around, but none of them look like they are salvageable in any way. Normally they are solid rust, and they're either upside down or stuck on something, or, you know, all smashed and mangled up. And I don't think putting a new windscreen or a wheel on them is going to bring them back to life. So I kind of wonder, what do the cars look like that are salvageable? Is there any way that you can determine it? Ah, looks like I found another outfit. So this is the camo clothing outfit. This is the same outfit that I found previously, but unfortunately didn't make it, and so it's cool to find it again. This is the only sort of skin or outfit that I have found in DayZ so far, and you might wonder why my hands look a bit worse for wear, and it's because the skin I have chosen is an old man skin. If I had third person on this, you'd be able to see, but you may or may not know this, but if you edit your profile in ArmA 2, you can actually choose the sort of skin, and there's a skin called Ali G. So I thought, I'll take a look at that, and those of you who are familiar with Ali G will Maybe get a chuckle out of that, but he's actually an old man looking skin. And I thought, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Old man packing some guns and mowing down the zombies. I thought other survivors might get a chuckle out of that, so yeah. I'm an old man. I kind of look like, trying to think. It'll come to me later. So again, found some food, taking a drink, keeping myself topped up. And yeah, not sensible to be walking around with my sniper rifle out in the middle of a town. So getting that pistol back out. Double checking the gear. Not really any sense in me drinking again, so. So I'm just trying to think, where was the castle? I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. I think I can see it up there. And there's a nun. This is the first nun zombie I've ever come across. Hopefully it's not another man. So, hey, I mentioned before, where are all the women zombies? And I guess maybe the only female zombies in the game are nuns. Now I didn't go closely enough to check that it wasn't a man in that outfit, but I'll assume that it's a female nun zombie. Just trying to work my way out of town a bit and figure out where I am and spot that castle and get over to it. See, I'm not too sure at this point exactly where it is. I think it's sort of over there, and the shape of the trees in that direction kind of looks like the castle-y bits, but it doesn't look like a castle, it looks like trees. So I'm not too sure, but the castle is actually on the top of sort of a mountainous area, so I'm heading in that way and hoping that, you know, the closer I get to the peak, I should be able to get visibility of the broken down castle or fort or whatever it may be. Looks so clear around me. Not the most sensible place for me to stop in the middle of very open land. Anybody could see me stick out like a sore thumb, so yeah, definitely a more sensible approach will have been to make my way to a bush or a tree and stop and look around then. But at this point I'm trying to get my bearings and think, you know, where the heck is that castle? Because I can't see it at all now. So I will continue just trying to make my way to the top and hope for the best. I'm thinking, is that a better peak to go to? But surely I'd see it from here. No, I think it's in the opposite direction from the church, so I'll keep on heading up. At this point my gut is telling me it's sort of over to the right somewhere, but I'm not sure. So getting a little suspicious now. If somebody is at the castle, they might hear or see me coming. You know, primarily because I'm not too sure exactly where the castle is. I might be closer than I think. And if I was trying to defend that type of place, I'd be thinking, if somebody's going to come, they're probably going to come from that town. So I'm trying to think of the best approach. Given the equipment that I have, it's not the best. But I kind of feel like it's worth the risk. I see some buildings up on my right. Doesn't look like a castle. So I'm trying to get some context. Trying to think, there's a little road here. Some buildings on my right. So I think maybe the castle's going to be up here. The castle's on the top of something, and this is higher up. So let's go up, check out these buildings. Maybe I'll be able to see the castle. Maybe I'll be able to get a little sneak peek of who or what may already be in the grounds of the castle from the cover of these buildings. So I can see one zombie. Don't want to just run on in there. There's probably going to be a few. Just trying to listen as I move in. Sun in my face. Okay, he's going the other way. It's good, good. He can go that way. Okay, I've got another two in the little settlement here. Possibly one of these buildings I can go in. Trying to assess, is it worth the risk? Am I going to attract someone? Probably should get prone, but I'm just trying to inch my way forward. Kind of feel like going prone. I may be a bit vulnerable to who or what may be around here. Water pump, so I can fill up a water bottle if I wanted to. It's interesting, as I've played, I often find that I don't necessarily notice the water pump, or at least I notice it, but I just sort of take it in as a piece of scenery, not as a functionally useful pump that will actually give me water. Often I'm like, man, where's the lake, where's the lake? And I don't need the lake if I've seen a pump, or I can access a pump. Just something to get used to, I guess. Okay, what do we got here? So the little packs can really almost contain anything. I think my watch was in one of those little pouches on the floor. Although most commonly they seem to contain ammo, it's always worth having a look and checking what is inside that little pouch. What is it? Because it could be something like incredibly useful, like a map or who knows what. So there's a soda there, so I will drink the Coke. Keep myself topped up and take the next one. Great, some more ammo for my sniper rifle. Feeling good about that, but I've got to make space. Where do I compromise? I'll drop one of the bandages. You know, I don't plan on getting eaten a lot. So I've already got 3 bandages, and 3 bandages I'm like, that should be enough, you know, I shouldn't get bitten and need to bandage up 3 times before I come across somewhere else with a bandage. Got some painkillers on the floor there, looks like. I've already got 1 pack of painkillers. Is it going to be more sensible to do anything else? Trying to weigh up what's the right option. No, I'll stick with what I've got. Just considering, you know, should I drop a bandage? So I got 2 painkillers, 2 bandages, but when the circumstances where I need to use a bandage occur far more frequently than when I need to use painkillers. So having a higher quantity of bandages versus painkillers makes sense to me. Although I do find that painkillers are harder to come by. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, but I decided I very rarely need to use painkillers, so I'll hold on to the bandages for now. So it looks like up there is the castle. Can't see anyone, but there is the sun coming down in this direction, so the glare doesn't make it too easy. However pretty it is. Try and be a little bit more stealthy. You know, it probably makes better sense to approach this from a different angle where the sun isn't just beaming at me. But I'm sort of committed. So yeah, a little stutter there as I had to step away from the computer a second. But yeah, nothing's changed. Okay, there's one zombie outside. Possibly a good sign. Maybe if somebody was in there who was pretty well kitted out, they might want to clear out the area of zombies. On the flip side though, if they can surgically make their way in there and leave a good round of zombies outside, anybody that's coming into their territory would have to make a sound to maybe clear out the zombie if they wanted to come in. So again, not too sure what to expect on the inside. Still no sign of anyone. Approaching from this side, the building looks quite solid. You know, I'm paranoid. Whoa, I thought that was a gun. Not a gun, just a piece of wood or something sticking out the side. Nobody's looking at me through that tiny little hole. Like every little bit of light or little hole, I'm very paranoid that somebody's sort of crouched down, peeking through. But so far, so good. I haven't attracted any zombie. I don't think, at least. He does sound a little agitated. Trying to look up there. Nobody seems to be peering over the edge. Is there any loot around here? Looks like just lots of rubbish. Newspapers and such. Okay. I hear flies, or I did for a second. Seems to have gone for now, but that sounded like a big group of flies. Yeah, definitely a lot of flies, so something has happened. Someone is dead, but, you know, okay, I hear a zombie as well. Let's take a look. Okay, dead guy with an Alice pack, that's awesome. The zombie right next to him. Can't see anybody else, getting a bit paranoid. How did this person die? Was it this zombie? This guy looks pretty well kitted out if he's got an Alice pack. You know, if it was another player or another survivor, where are they? Are they still here? I'm feeling really anxious, you know. Can I afford to stop and look at this corpse, you know, and see what he's got? Some loot over there. I'll take a quick look. Looks kind of clear. Looks almost safe. Okay, I'm just going to try and stand to the side. I want to see what he's got. Oops, I opened up the zombie. Not really interested in him. He's only got a tin can. Again, looking up. Is anyone here? How did this person die? I do not know. So what has he got? He's got Winchester, compass. Don't have a compass. Good to have a compass. M1911, brilliant. Alice pack, definitely want that. Let's say it's one of. If it's not the biggest, it's definitely one of the biggest packs in the game. I think it's the biggest, but maybe I'm wrong. So this guy has a lot of stuff, and I really wanted to spend my time and make sure that I pick up the right things and really take full advantage of his unfortunate demise. Unfortunate for him, fortunate for me. But I'm so nervous. I feel like this is so risky. How did he die? I'm in the middle of a doorway. If anyone else was coming in here, they'd come to the doorway. But I can't do anything. I need to deal with him. I need to take this while I can. Great, Alice pack. That's what I need. Empty out my old backpack if the server will let me. Come on. Again, paranoia. Looking over my shoulder. It seems quiet. I might be lucky. Whoever is up there, if they are still up there, or, you know, maybe they never were. Maybe this guy just came on in here and he was on his last legs and the zombie chomped him. Can hear a zombie groaning. Hopefully he's not coming around the corner. Okay, another water bottle. Won't do any harm for now. There's plenty of space in here. He has a Winchester. Now, considering if that's going to be a better option, sniper rifle might not be the best thing to go up there with, honestly, but... Okay, with a tent. I'm not really bothered about having a tent at the moment. Okay. Hear biting. Is somebody outside? Don't know. Binoculars. Right, let's pick them up. Huh. Great. They're bugged. Is there anything that I can do to pick these up? I absolutely love having binoculars. I find them an incredibly valuable asset. You know, they really helped in the first episode. I haven't come across any of them since. It'd be real shame if I can't pick them up. But there seems to be nothing I can do. Regardless, I need to continue to make my way up and find out if and who is around here. Okay, take him. Right, so we have one zombie up here, you know, admiring the view. Let's take him out. Looks like we're clear. Some more stuff here. No ammo for my sniper rifle. Okay. Looks like the zombie just spawned next to me. Not good. Hearing some snarling. Are any zombies on their way up? Don't know. So I have the advantage point here. So I should be kind of safe up here. I'm feeling a bit better about things. I've cleared out the tower. A couple of zombies on the roof. No survivors, thankfully, apart from the dead one. It's pretty clear. Can't hear anyone coming, and there's no sign of anyone coming. I didn't see anybody in the town. I just don't know how long that body's been there for. And why it was there to begin with. So I'm not looking particularly thirsty at this point. Just trying to organize my backpack. So yeah, get my sniper rifle all out into my main inventory so that it's usable. Keep it out of my backpack. Obviously the heat pack, good in the backpack because I'm not going to be needing it anytime soon. Okay, I'm happy that I'm sort of well organized now to go back downstairs and confront somebody if needs be. So just taking a look in the town that I came from to see, you know, if anybody's there. If they were there, you know, it's perfectly reasonable to expect they might have the same experience I did, spot the castle, think, cool, let's go check it out, and then they'll be on their way to me. So no sign of anyone at all, which is great. So you can see that little black blob next to the post there, and I'm like, is that a person? No, it's a bush. A shrub. So it looks like we have another town nearby. Don't know what the town is, but it looks like there's a good few buildings there. Maybe worth checking out if it's fairly safe. Looks quite quiet, honestly. Not really many zombies around, which is good. Possibly one or two explorable buildings at least. Lots of broken cars. Again, not too sure how I'm able to determine if the car can be fixed. So getting my trusty Makarov out. Probably reloading it without firing it for the 10th time, but it's sort of the paranoia, gun out, make sure I've got as many bullets in there as possible. One bullet could make all the difference. Just again checking my inventory, feeling a little bit, you know, I've just got some really cool stuff, and you know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, and I'm feeling like I've got a good amount of valuables on me that many survivors would be grateful to relieve me of, should the opportunity arise for them. So definitely not done with the body downstairs. It seems to be like, you know, quite a few other things on him. So I want to go down there and finish cleaning that up. So again, I desperately want these binoculars, and I'm thinking, is it because I'm accessing it from a certain angle? Can I maybe access it from somewhere else? Is it because there's like that tin can on top of the binoculars that I can't pick them up? So I'm trying to pick up the tin can, and then the rubbish on the floor just reorganizes and it's touching it again. I'm like, if I put back the tin can, is that... Nope, that's no good. If I take away this soda can... Nope, no, the Jack Daniels is over it. How about if I take away the whiskey bottle? Nope. So I kind of, well, it looks like I'm not allowed to have these binoculars, however lovely they would be. One last go. No. Okay. Let's go see our friend downstairs again. I hear lots of zombies, no sign of them though. Okay, I can see maybe something in the crack of the door. Do I have space for the camping tent? No. Okay, not bothered then. Some stuff on the floor there. Oh, okay. Looks like we've got quite a few zombies queuing up out there. Don't really understand why. Very weird. And I'm not prepared to deal with them using the macro, really, if I can help it. And the sniper rifle, that just doesn't seem sensible to use that either. So, maybe if only temporarily, it makes sense to pick up his Winchester. Okay, got the Winchester. M1911. Yeah, that would definitely be a nice weapon to have. So I put down my macro, pick up the M1911. Some decent amount of ammo with it, really. You know, definitely worth sticking with. It's a more powerful gun than the Makarov. It seems like it's the same caliber as the revolver, so maybe it's actually as good, if not better. So let's try and deal with the queue of zombies that we've got outside. Okay, 1, 2, 3. No idea why they're doing this. No, not quite 4. There we go. It's interesting. We've come so far and got quite a good amount of equipment. And we've only killed 7 zombies. So it really does go to show that taking a slower approach when you move around towns, you don't need to be Captain Kill all the zombies, you know, massacring everyone, screaming like Arnold Schwarzenegger to get far. You can just take it slow and steady, and it'll work out well. So, do I take my sniper rifle or do I take the Winchester? You know, the Winchester is very useful. Can't decide. I feel like maybe the Winchester is going to be the better option. Again, I haven't used the sniper rifle, but I'd have to zero it in, which is going to cost ammo just to do that. Not familiar with it, don't know how loud it's going to be. Got a little bit more ammo, I feel, for the Winchester. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Winchester. I do love the Winchester. What can I say? So I'm thinking, see if I can hide the body, but it doesn't seem to be working. I thought it would be a good thing to do, but no. So where's north? That looks like north. So let's get a move on. I think I want to go and check out that city that we saw from the top. It looks relatively big. Looks like there's definitely something to be seen there. And it's on our way. You know, I want to make my way up to Stary Sobor because it's meant to be quite a military place, so good chance of some good weapons there with some good ammo. And then maybe further north, should things go well, to the airfield or airstrip. Again, I think it's quite military, so maybe we'll come across a car or some good weaponry or something else. So, off we set. Shouldn't be too far away. Just see it through the trees there. So that we make it safely. And that's all for this episode, folks. I'm going to be away on holiday with my wife and son for a few days. Just taking a little break. But I will be back at the weekend, so there's going to be a little blip here in your usual DayZ entertainment, but next few episodes, they're going to be interesting. I've got them recorded, just need to do the commentary, so don't go away. I'll see you guys soon, and take care. Thanks for watching.